Hi, this is Jessica Cords, and this is my screencast assignment for Education 150. A criterion reference test is designed to judge the quality of a student's work against benchmarks of expected performance in relation to a specific competency or body of knowledge appropriate to the student without the need to compare the two students. This is a formative assessment. A formative assessment is the forming of knowledge within the students. A way to remember this is to think of building up a snowman. So you're building snowball on snowball of the student's knowledge. As a teacher, doing worksheets like the one pictured is a great way to introduce new materials and form what they need to know. This is a summative assessment. A summative assessment is the smashing of all the things learned into one test. A way to remember this is to think of taking the build-up snowman from using a formative assessment and smashing him to the ground, all into one thing. This is a good way at the end of the lesson to show whether the students know what they've been learning or not. Triangulation. When looking at a student's progress, you need to consider all three of the following: a standardized test, a summative or formative assessment, and observations. A child may say that they understand what you are teaching them, but when it comes to a summative test, they may not do very well. So instead of looking at just one factor, you need to look at all three to get a good judgment of where a child is at academically. This is our data book. A data book is used to keep track of everything about a student's progress. Their goals, their test levels, a chart of their progress, and their accommodations are all listed within the book. This is a Brigance math test. This test is used to see where the student is for their math grade. This is only used within a special education classroom. As a teacher, you are supposed to read word for word what the instructor's guide is telling you to read, which is what's pictured. The student is not supposed to continue on until they are instructed to do so. If they get more than 4 wrong, then they did not make it past that grade level. The teacher and instructor continues on until they get 4 more wrong, and then they are done with the test. This is what the student writes in while taking the Brigance test. I gave the Brigance math test to my placement student, and pictured is his results for the test. By looking at the graph, it shows that he is at a middle 2nd grade math level, and he is a 7th grade student currently. Results are useful for planning instruction because you can take the results from the Brigance math test and you can come up with a lesson or more than one lesson to help the child learn what they need to continue to improve their math level. Using goals is a good way to keep the child moving at a constant speed to help them improve. The goals have to be written for the time between IEP meetings, so for a year at a time. And this is the lesson that I came up with to help my placement child with his mixed numbers.
This is how to solve mixed numbers. This is our problem. 2 and 2/3.
First, we have to multiply 2 times 3.
And they catch 3 fish.
Because there are 2 people in the boat, and they catch 3 fish. So what is 2 times 3?
6.
Because that's how many fish they had.
Then we have to add 2 because that's how many fishing poles they had, which is
3 fish that they caught, which is 3.
then we have to bring over the number of fish that they caught, which was 3. So what does that make our final answer?
8/3.
And that's how you solve mixed numbers. We had to read a research article and relate how the article relates back to something I learned about teaching with special needs students. In the article, it talks about how students with disabilities have trouble remembering material over time, and they need help with problem solving because they're unable to comprehend task or work the logic behind them. With working with a couple students in placement this semester, it made it that much more clear that this is true. So to help the student or students I was working with remember how to solve improper fractions and mixed numbers, we made up stories. So when they are working with those problems, they can think back to the stories we created to help them through the math problem. I learned that helping students with disabilities can be very frustrating yet very rewarding at the same time. These students also need a ton more attention when working on assignments. You need to have great patience when working with them and let them do things at their own pace. This class gave me a whole new idea of what some children go through at school. Also, because of this class, it has showed me that I would love to work with children that have disabilities. I'm excited to see where my college education continues to take me in helping students with special needs. And that's my video. Thanks for watching.